Any hello, welcome to my channel. This is my channel. I'm just gonna take a bit to write my name, and hope this doesn't get longer than 15 minutes. There's an eraser. Oh my god. All right. So this is competitive Pokemon for dummies. VGC. You know, like. Anyways. So we're gonna start off like the basic rules. Okay. So it's open. It's open team sheet. Yeah, that means you're gonna have this is your team, this is their team. You're gonna have like a list of like their Pokemon for example, like Ursaluna, like the big bear, like Ursaluna. That's their that's supposed to be a nose. Anyways, yeah, like Ursaluna or Porygon 2. Or Porygon 2, or like anything really. It's gonna show you the team. And the thing with open team sheet is that you can also see the items and the EVs and the IVs and stuff like and shit like that. Okay, so basically it's best 2 out of 3. So let's say I'm playing with let's say player A is versus player B, right? And then A wins game number 1, game number 2 goes to B. So then the third game will be played to decide the winner. Let's say B wins. But if A wins both games, then the third game will not be needed because it's best 2 out of 3. So now here's something complicated. Regulations are for just kind of define what Pokemon. What fuck? That's it. What Pokemon you can use. For example, Regulation B just has like non-legendary outside of National Dex Pokemon. Like for example, Whimsicott. If we're talking about this generation, Whimsicott, Metagross, all that kind of stuff. And then like we're going to the current Regulation H. That removes all pair that removes all paradox and legendary Pokemon. But anyways, regulations are kind of easy. But the reason regulations are harder than they seem at a base level is the meta is constantly changing. Okay, so let's say these dots are good Pokemon, right? And then we have the numbers 1, 2. Oh, wait, that's a 5. Okay. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, that's 3, 4, 5. That's a Z. Anyways, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. No, no. Let's say there's not. Okay, and then some Pokemon are only available in some regulations, and then there are some Pokemon that are available in all regulations, right? This black line is like the availability line. Okay, then and that. Okay, so but then but then they're only good in some of them, mostly because the pool of available Pokemon gets better. Like for example, this one's good in Regulation 3 and 4, and then 6, but not 5. And it's only available from from Regulations 3 through 9. So so that so that so that is really so that's kind of like so that's the meta getting explained. Now we have certain types of teams. They kind of fall into two types of categories. All right? First, we have like this is the triangle of attributes. You have speed, speed, power, like the attacking power, and bulk. Okay? Some teams, like Trick Room and Tailwind, try to make a certain Pokemon fill all three of these categories. And then we have the other kind of team. A team that uses certain pairs of Pokemon. Like for example, Normal Boy and Long Boy, to kill as many of your Pokemon as possible in the shortest amount of time. For example, if these strats are like Trick Room and Tailwind and these strats are like Perish Trap. Perish Trap. This is Perish Trap. Okay. Hey, and then you have and then also like weather teams, they're designed to kill your Pokemon as fast as possible. And then we have the actual Pokemon themselves. Okay? They're also split into two categories. Big big bulk big bulk big bulky like offensive or like or fast frail supportive kind of mons. And obviously this doesn't count for all Pokemon. Like for example, you can be offensive and speedy, but this is like the stereotype of Pokemon. For like offensive ones, you have like the fast offensive ones, like Sneasler, like Fluttermane, like those kind of guys. Then for like the frail ones for bulky support. For bulky support, you have Incin. You know these kind of Pokemon. A Pokemon's move pool is kind of what indicates how good they would do in how good they would do in a format. I mean, or how, for example, Clefable sucks. Clefable sucks in Clefable sucks in singles because of its supportive move pool, and the support in doubles is different than the support in singles. However, Clefable in doubles is kind of better because its move pool supports it being in doubles. And Incineroar, for example, you don't really think of Incineroar in singles. You think of it in doubles because Fake Out, Parting Shot, those kind of things. Okay? And abilities also play a nice factor into a Pokemon's viability. For example, well, Urshifu can hit through protect. No, just like yeah, this is Urshifu. I know it doesn't look like it, but this is Urshifu. And then we have Calyrex Shadow Rider, has 2 abilities. I'm gonna give it the ghost mouth. This isn't the normal mouth. And then here we have okay, so now this can hit through protect. So this is like the protect. So this is like the protect. Or Saluna, or like, you know, this guy thinks he's safe, but he's fucking dead. He's fucking obliterated. He's blown to fucking smithereens, and 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 that is probably all I can explain in 15 minutes. Bye.